Hello, everybody. It's Adonica Albert here with You Do You Unfiltered. And yes, I'm stuffed up. Fuck. It's unfiltered. It's one of those, I know, big cry for me. I never get sick. This is the weirdest thing, but it is what it is. But let's do this. I'm with Peter Klassen. Here we are. And this has got to be the most interesting story I've done so far because you're like a superhero. Like it's kind of like
Really?
by day you're somebody, and then by night you're somebody else.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Well,
the same guy.
kind of,
Yeah.
kind of, because when I was reading your story and your little intro, I'm just gonna, your intro is like 5 sentences. No, even actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3, maybe 25 words.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do it. Some
All right.
people, okay, I have to put my Lois Lane glasses back on. So hang on a minute, so I don't poke my eye out. Some people know me as the guy with crazy pants, but my name is Peter Klassen. Oh my God, you have crazy pants on. Okay. I'm a musician and a graphic designer. Okay, quick question. Where did you get your crazy pants?
All over the internet. I
Oh,
usually have to search for them for a while because they're not the most, what would you say, in style pants ever.
yeah, well, and the
But
only reason, well, yeah. Oh my
there.
God, they match your shirt for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's all about color coordination. I'm a
Oh,
designer.
well, and your hat, because it's one big star, because you are a star too. We'll get into that actually. But oh my God, like you're a matchy matchy kind of guy.
I
But
like
you,
that.
and I know you're married, but your wife didn't pick this outfit out. You did.
Correct. Correct.
I was like, because sometimes we have to pick our husband's outfits out.
Not a chance.
Not a
Not
chance.
for
If
me.
my husband's a singer, not a chance. Not he should be picking. I'm always like, how do I look? So let's get into this because first of all, I don't even know what came first, graphic designer or musician.
Oh, I guess musician came first.
Okay, well, tell us about
Yeah.
that because if you're a Canadian listener, then they might know your band.
Possibly. We're not
Yeah.
that famous. That's why I always say when people say, "Oh, you're a rock star," I say, "Well, rock, yes, very much. The star part can be debated, but
Well, it's on your hat.
well, true. I guess I'm stuck to it now."
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I've been involved in music ever since I was a young child. I mean, my mom used to take me to church when I was a wee little boy, and I was part of the choir and church band and all that stuff. So I guess that's where I got my start with music. But when I kind of got really serious about it, I was around 14, 15 years old, and I picked up a guitar, and
Oh,
I never looked back. That was the thing that, it helped me focus on everything else in my life. It had
right.
that one thing that I loved. And I just kind of went with it. I always wanted to be in a band. I played my first gig in a pub when I was 16 years old. We all took our shirts off in the middle of the set. Everyone else was of age. But
Okay.
then after we finished that song, the bartender or the waitress comes up and she looks at my prepubescent upper body and or well, mid-pubescent upper body, and she's like, "You're not 19, are you?" It was BC, and I was, "No, I'm not. Do you have ID?" "No, I don't." And she said, "Well, after you finish your set, you gotta leave." So that was my first gig. Started at 16. I've been in bands ever since. So I've been chasing the rock band thing my whole life, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so at 16 you began. Was there, okay, so should we tell everyone what band you're in right now? And was there
Sure.
any bands before that you were in? Because I think
Oh, too many.
it's
Some
anyone
of
that,
them you don't want to know about. Trust me.
none I know.
But yeah, no, there's been numerous bands of varying levels, I suppose. So I started in Cranbrook, BC, with a heavy metal band. We did a couple of things. We didn't go too far, and then had a couple more bands in Calgary when I went to university there.
All right. Okay.
Graduated university, moved straight to Japan,
Oh,
and started a couple bands there. Some of which did some rather larger things that I'm proud of. We had a couple songs in a couple of animes, some video game music, things like that. So I did that a lot there. We toured around the country a lot. We did some gigs outside in Europe and elsewhere. Then when I moved back to Canada, I joined the band I am in right now, which is called Striker.
Striker. Yes, I
Yeah.
had the privilege of listening to that music on my way to Vernon.
Oh, thanks. Did it make you go too fast, or?
Well, it made me go, what? Because I knew, because my husband is a big fan. as you know. He's downloaded your new music, the new album. That's what he said. And I'm like, okay. And he wanted me to hear it because I was going to be having this lovely talk with you. And I'm just going to say, kind of not my thing. It's very heavy.
Yeah, it's
It's
noisy.
heavy metal, right? It's heavy. It's kind of
Heavy
heavy.
metal.
Yeah. And
But what I do like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
but that's what he likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my son. So they're big fans.
Awesome.
And
Cool.
yeah, he likes the
Tell him thanks. We appreciate it.
and right now there's a big drum set right in front of me.
Oh,
In front. Yeah, I know. Like one of those ones you put on and you play.
Yeah. Electric drums. Yeah, good for practice.
Yeah, and if you know anybody who wants it, we're selling it because he says he's done. I said, no, you shouldn't. You said, I'm just kidding. Well, we can talk about it
around.
later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, if you are selling, yeah.
well, yeah. But the funny thing is that when I'm listening to it, I was like, oh, well, that makes sense because I was Googling you, and then I went, oh, it's not dance music.
No,
it's more body slamming.
You could dance to it, but it would be a little bit of a different dance, I think.
And a body slam.
Where you bump into each other all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too old for that. I'll probably get a concussion or have to wear a helmet.
Actually, I think the mosh pits at heavy metal concerts are generally fairly safe. If someone falls over, everybody's really good about picking them back up again. It's all about, it's all about having a good time.
Yeah.
And what I do like to say though about the heavy metal thing is there's so much heavy metal out there these days.
Absolutely.
And a lot of it is really really like the really angry, yelly sounding stuff where the singer's like this all the whole time, and which I also like. Don't get me wrong, I love all heavy metal, but I know a lot of people that's their idea of heavy metal, but we are much more, what would you call, melodic. So our vocalist is more of the operatic style vocal.
Oh, well,
so that's thinking, heavy metal is too angry. It's like, no, we're a very positive, energy charged.
Well, that's what it was. Exactly, because it was loud, but I could hear the words.
Yeah, loud, energetic, but exactly. We got good messages. Usually, it's uplifting stuff. And,
okay, quick question, because I would like to know who's your favorite heavy metal band?
Oh my gosh, that's an impossible question.
You got to have a favorite.
It depends on the day. It depends on the time of my life. But I guess a mainstay that would always be in my catalog of music would be Judas Priest.
Oh, that's an old name, way back from.
And you know what? They're still touring, and their singer is like 80 years old. Gets up on stage, marches around like he owns the place, and still just nails it. It's amazing.
Jesus, I like that's okay. So, but you're a guitar player, a bassist.
I play guitar. I play bass. I play a little bit of drums. I was a professional singer for about 10 years, was my main job. But then when I got this gig, I'd come back from Japan thinking, oh boy, what kind of gig am I going to get in Canada now? I got here, and a month later, Stryker needed a bassist. Fortunately, I also play bass. And in the band, we all sing. So we've been called Toto Metal before because everybody does the vocal harmony thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so here's the other question. Who's your favorite guitar player of all time?
That's also really hard. I love Joe Satriani.
From?
Just Joe Satriani. He's just a guitar player guy. He just does like guitar instrumental music. He was really large in the scene in the 80s, 90s. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really stuck in the 80s, 90s musically.
Can't tell by your pants at all.
I don't know how you can tell, yeah. But
you don't wear those to meetings, do you? Or do you?
Sure I do. Yeah, networking, you bet.
You bet.
My brand.
I know. Well, then, well, that's our next topic, is getting into what you do. Tell me about this lovely award that you won, because in Canada, the JUNOs are our music awards, right?
Right. Yeah. Apparently, it is the highest esteemed music award that you could get in Canada.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of that one. Would you like to see it?
I would love to see it.
It's just a big, huge, heavy chunk of glass with the JUNO guy in it.
Get out! That is crazy. And then your name, that's great.
It's got the name of the band, the name of the album that won it, and the name of the award and the year.
What year was that?
2020.
Wow, that isn't. You could probably kill someone with that.
Oh, you definitely could.
Yeah. Wow. So,
I never have to.
how many people were in your category to win this award that you that you
I
won?
believe there were 5 or 6 bands that were nominated.
5 or 6?
Yeah. So we were nominated for the album before that as well, but we did not win it.
Okay.
We lost to, I believe it was Voivod.
Wait,
But
no, that one.
they've been around a long time.
Yeah.
So we didn't get it the first time, but then the second nomination we got it.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. But the only bummer thing about it was the pandemic had just hit. So
Right.
we couldn't actually go to the real ceremony.
Okay.
We had to do it at home, watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But when they presented the award, the guy that presented it to us was a fellow named George Strombolopoulos.
Oh, I know
Now,
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was huge on the Much Music channel when I was growing up. So we always watched him growing up. That's where we got our heavy metal TV shows from.
Yeah.
That's how we found a lot of new music. So it was really surreal to be presented the award by that person.
Oh yeah.
Watching, right? Yeah, it was really neat.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he does. I think he does documentary stuff.
I thought.
He's still around. Yeah, he does some cool stuff still. You bet.
Okay, what did you wear? Did you wear what you had on?
Oh no, we were just hanging out in the house watching it.
Good.
Yeah, because we had our cohort and
yeah,
I don't remember what I was wearing. Probably just.
I think I watched it. I think I watched the Oscars, the Junos, and all that year on TV, and everybody they were dressed up to kill, or they were in their jammies.
Yeah,
the beer or something.
Yeah, if we would have went to the ceremony, we probably just would have worn our stage clothes or something.
Yeah, yeah. Now, and just FYI, just a quick question on an FYI. Ever meet? I just love the Tragically Hip. They're
cool.
my favorite. Yeah, favorite. And I followed them since they were showing like you did in bars, like in university. So they would do my university bars, and then they would do I was a military kid, so they came over to the military before they hit it big. But what do you think? This is crazy. They're a huge band like yourself, but never made it to the US side. Is it hard to do that?
I would say they made it within Canada. They were much bigger than we are for sure.
Yeah.
But they are an interesting Canadian phenomenon, because considering how huge they were here, and how they're completely unknown everywhere else just blows my mind. They were just a real staple of Canadian culture, I think, and I don't know whether it was management or whatnot.
Yeah.
Who knows? But they were great here in Canada. A lot of respect for those guys. Obviously, they paved the way for a lot of Canadian artists.
Like yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, have you ever done US cities?
Oh yeah, we usually do a North American tour and a European tour, at least once each every year.
Okay.
We hit all the major cities in Canada and the US. We're actually going to be leaving at the beginning of November. We're going to be out for 5 weeks doing North America again.
Oh, nice. So we're North America, I mean US and us.
Yeah, Canada, US.
Okay. Edmonton?
Yeah, there will be an Edmonton date on.
Oh, yeah. Chris and I are going to come.
Put that plug in here. Let me see.
Yeah, plug in, please, because Chris and I are going to come. I'm going to make her.
Oh, awesome.
She had to go to Metallica, so she's coming with me to see you.
Cool. Okay, I will tell you when. Oh, will I though?
Will you? But you can always tell us later, and I can plug it in at the bottom.
I totally could.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that later.
Wait, I got it right here.
Okay, what is it?
Edmonton, November 26th.
Oh, I'll be in
Starlight Room.
Starlight Room. No way. I love the Starlight Room.
Yeah, me too. We always end up playing there. The owner's a good pal of ours. So.
My friend's band plays there too.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll let you know. I can bring a bunch of people.
Sounds good.
Yes. Well, do you have swag? We can get some.
Oh yeah, we always take a pile of merch with us: t-shirts, vinyl, CDs.
What about those pants?
Only one of those, unfortunately, at this time. Maybe in the future, we'll see how we do.
Well, I would be wearing those pants if they were comfy and cozy. And
I can send you the link if you'd like to buy a pair.
Oh no, I want your name on it, Striker, with all the colors and all that great stuff. But no,
I'll have to design some new clothes here.
Well, now, so you're a musician part-time. I can't even say that right because I'm stuffed up. And then now when did you start the other?
The
Like,
graphic design?
yeah, the graphic design.
Well, I kind of always touched points of the industry a little bit,
Yeah,
just because, you know, being in bands and being the one of the guys who can kind of do Photoshop a bit.
yeah.
I was kind of always the one who was asked to do, you know, oh, we got a show coming up. Can you do the poster? Or
Ah,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
need some help with the CD jacket, the liner inside the CD, or, you know, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of I touched it a little bit that way, and I learned a little bit on my own, and I liked it. I really enjoyed it. And one of my best friends that I grew up with back in BC, old friend of mine, he became a graphic designer right out of high school. So I
Okay.
always knew he was doing it, and I always saw him do some really cool work. I always thought it was cool,
Yeah.
and that it was the job that I would have wanted to do if I wasn't so busy, you know, with whatever I
Traveling.
was doing at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
So when I came back from Japan, and I needed to find, like, my university degree is East Asian linguistics,
Okay.
um, which is very useful when you live in Asia,
Yeah.
but when you move back to Canada, it becomes a lot less useful.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know, and I thought, hey, now I have the time to do it. I'm gonna go take that course and do the thing that I always wanted to do when I had time to do it. So I went to design school. I graduated with President's List status, if I may boast a little.
You can. You can.
um, so yeah, I got the design diploma. And instead of going the agency route or the print shop route, like a lot of people do
Yeah.
out of school, my friend who had been running his own design business for a long time mentored me through my first couple of years, taught me a lot of stuff about just design business and whatnot, and gave me a couple of his clients just to start off. So that's how I got started. I didn't go. I went the entrepreneur route because of the band.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be an employee
Yes.
and just come up to your boss and say,
Gotta go.
"Hey, sorry, I got to go to Europe for a month and a half."
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times a year. They don't like that. I mean, understandably.
Yeah. What? That's what they're gonna
Yeah,
say.
exactly. But I mean, I got rocking to do, but I'm also, you know, I like to work hard. I like to learn lots of stuff. I like to do what I do to the best of my ability. So this was kind of the way I put it together, so I can have both things in my life. You know, I need to be creating, making music, and touring. That's where I get my excitement. But I also, you know, I like the entrepreneur world, and I like to be in control of
Your
more
time,
control of my
time
life, my work balance. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's why Chris and I do. That's what we do. We like to be in control so we can take the time off to do what we want to do,
Sure,
which
sure.
is
I
sleep.
also find, you know, like sometimes, yeah, sometimes, you know, it depends on the day, but there's days where my creative inspiration hits at 8 p.m. or, you know, I'm feeling really focused at 5 in the morning when I just woke up. And if I
Yes.
can pick my optimal work hours, that's when I'm going to be the most productive. That's when I'm going to
Yeah.
do the best work. And instead of having to fit myself into someone else's, you know, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday box.
Right. No,
So
quick
it's not
question.
just because of the band, but it's because of that as well. I find it just works better with me.
And your creativity comes because, well, musicians are creative, right? Do you write songs too as well?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, and I think that just transforms over to where that creative brain comes, and all of a sudden you're creating everywhere, right?
Yeah. Make a
And a
life
lot,
of creation, right?
well, that's the thing. Now, just a quick question, family, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one older brother.
Is he a singer, musician, play something?
No, I believe he's a long haul truck driver.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
totally
we have a
different.
different father. So
Okay, gotcha,
um,
gotcha.
yeah, and so he grew up, I think, a lot of the time with his father.
Yeah,
We weren't always in the same household,
same home.
but yeah,
And,
no, he lives up in Grand Prairie and works up north there.
and is mom musically inclined? Was mom?
Mommy used to like to sing. I don't think she was super musical. No, I don't know where it came from, really. Like,
Really?
I don't think we have any musicians in the family, really.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. But at least it generated something else that you could do on your own and have your own time so you can travel with your band.
Absolutely. Yep. And then, you know,
Absolutely.
hopefully make a little bit of money with both of those things, right?
I'll buy a ticket. I'm coming to see you, man. I know. I'm gonna bring my
We'll
friends.
put on a good show for you, I promise.
So another question I have for you, because I told you to tell me something quirky about yourself. Okay, you speak Japanese.
I do.
Okay, you were there for how long?
In total, 8 years, I guess. I was
8 years in Japan?
living in Tokyo, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I've been to Tokyo. It is okay. So were you tall there? Tall.
Yeah, yes. I mean, there's tall people there too. I guess I'm also kind of like I'm not huge. I'm like a skinny guy,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't feel like I was larger than everyone, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still tall people. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little bit tall, I guess.
Well, it's funny you say that, because when we had a family trip to China, Japan,
Hmm.
and China was funnier. But my
Hmm.
husband is 6'3". My kid that time was 6'3". He's now
Oh wow.
6'4". And they got stopped for pictures.
Oh yeah.
And then you have these little guys like this, and they're this tall, and
Wow.
like they've never seen a white
Yeah.
blonde or a white dark-haired that tall of a person before.
Yep.
They're just like, whoa. But I remember just being like, I thought I was a tall woman. I'm not as tall as Chris. I'm 5'6", 5'6". She's a lot taller. But I always thought the same thing. I was like, what about me? But I love Japan. Japan's such a beautiful country.
Oh yeah, Japan's great.
Yeah. And then Tokyo is just, I just love the order.
Yeah, what a wild city.
Oh, it's wild. Like,
Wild, but also so orderly.
oh,
If a train is 3 seconds late, they're
yes,
profusely apologizing.
yes.
Everything happens how it's supposed to happen,
Yeah.
when it's supposed to happen. You never have to ask questions or chase
Yeah.
people down, or
Yeah.
things run smoothly because everybody's kind of got the same idea of how things should work, right?
Because when you go to China and then you go to Japan, it's like total chaos in China.
Night and day.
In Japan, it's like, whoa. I kind
know,
of
right?
just calmed right down. I was like, oh my God, thank God. But I remember how orderly it was. And I remember one of the things I remember in Tokyo, there's no garbage cans.
Right?
Absolutely no. Everyone takes their garbage home, and
Yep.
there's no dog poop or pee anywhere.
Nope, when you have a pet, you are expected to pick up the waste as soon as it comes out of their back end.
Or they're in strollers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. But I can't imagine just living there for 8 years and then learning.
Yeah, how to live and how to fit in, right? Yeah, and that's what I always said too, is I think a lot of the hardest part about learning the Japanese language is, I mean, you can go and you can memorize words and you can learn the grammar and you can learn the slang and all this stuff, but there's so many cultural nuances baked into the language
Yes.
that communication is the hardest part, because you can never say anything directly. You kind of have to go around the point.
Yeah.
To be super careful that you don't, offend somebody or do something rude, or you actually have to change the words that you use and inflect verbs differently depending on who you're talking to and what their status is compared to you.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that stuff that you really have to watch for while you're speaking the language. So I think it's just another thing that makes it a little difficult to learn.
I can't even picture you speaking Japanese, because it's like, wow, that's coming out of you.
想像しなくてもいい。今から日本語喋るから。
That doesn't, like, seriously? Thank you. But I don't know what you said, but I'm like looking at you going, and all going, he just spoke Japanese, and like where did that come from?
My brain. Yeah, no, I just said you don't have to imagine I'm speaking Japanese right now.
Well, and so why did you go to Japan? I want to know, like, why? What's the big why?
Well, as everything else in my life, it seems to come from where heavy metal has taken me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was in school in BC, in Cranbrook, BC, and first things out of high school, I knew I needed something other than just high school, so I went and I took a mechanics course, because that's what my dad is. He's a heavy duty mechanic. I went, maybe I could. But at the college that I was studying at, there was a group of exchange students there from Japan. And so the thing about heavy metal culture is it doesn't seem to matter where you go in the world. If you pass somebody in the street or somewhere, they're wearing a heavy metal band t-shirt, and so are you.
Yeah.
Instantly, your eyes kind of meet, and you kind of get at each other. Like, oh yeah, we're family.
Yeah. Community.
So yeah, it's very easy to strike up a conversation with them. So I made friends with this one Japanese guy at the college. And, you know, we used to hang out and share music and stuff like that, as metal fanatics do.
Yeah.
And I asked him one day, I said, "Hey, is there metal in Japan?" He said, "Oh yeah, there's so much metal in Japan."
I would
Because
not
all I
even
knew
know
was-
that.
I knew Loudness, which was this
Yes.
band from, yeah. So, and that was about it. So this is how long ago, he burned me a CD
Oh,
of a whole bunch of Japanese metal bands. And there were a good handful on that CD that I just loved. And I got so into them that in my band, you know, when you play in a band and you do original songs, often
Yes.
you want to do a cover song of a band you like.
yeah.
I said to the band, I said, "Hey, how crazy would it be if we did a Japanese metal song and I sang it in Japanese?" They're like, "You can't do that. Like, watch me, right? Hold my
Right.
beer." So I learned, you know, I hung out with my friend because he's trying to learn English, so we'd help each other out.
Yeah.
I'd help him with English homework. He'd help me learn these Japanese lyrics. And through that, I became very interested in language and linguistics. And because I was getting a hang of it and I was picking it up, and he's like, "Man, you're really learning fast." I said, maybe I got something here. Maybe I can study languages. So I quit the mechanics thing and I went to university and took a linguistics degree.
Mhm.
So that's what got me started. It was, you know, something to do with heavy metal usually.
It's a common thread, heavy metal, branches out to
The
everything
thread
else.
that ties me together.
Yeah. I think everybody has a common thread that just branches out to their uniqueness, to be honest with you. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, the other thing too is that you love thrill sports. Okay, come on, tell me. I know thrill, like bungee jumping's a thrill sport to me. Is that a thrill
Oh
sport?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
not just the bungee jumping that you see at West Edmonton Mall that we have here, but
Right.
like the cannons, like into like
Oh
off.
yeah, like off a bridge and do it. Yeah, that's great stuff.
Okay,
But even
is
better
that
than
the
bungee jumping.
thrillist? I'm
What's
never
that?
going to do bungee jumping.
Oh, it's fun.
No,
Oh,
no, I
yeah,
hate
great.
heights.
Oh well.
No,
Well, then I wasn't gonna. The next one I was gonna talk about, you might not be excited. Skydiving is even better than bungee jumping.
no, no,
So much.
no. Okay, well, if maybe you should skydive with a guitar
Oh, I agree.
and play. If
I
I'm
completely
just
agree.
gonna
That would be
say,
the best.
I know, but I'm gonna say if Pink can fly and play and sing, fly around the stage, I mean, you guys can pull the guitar out of a skydiving jet. What plane?
I'm in.
You're in.
I'm trying to convince the other band members to do one of our music videos where we all skydive together, but I don't think every member is quite into it.
So
Couple needs
skydiving?
a little more convincing.
I'm with them, by the way. Whoever
Yeah,
they
fair
are,
enough.
whoever.
It's a
Because
little bit crazy.
there's 5 in the band, right?
5 of us, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you got bungee jumping, sky. Anything else? What other sports?
But I mean, well, I went to pro wrestling school for a while and I did that, but
Wait a
I
minute.
had to
Wait.
pull back.
Whoa. What?
Pro wrestling
Look at
school,
you.
yeah.
You're just this little thing. Well, you're not a really
You have to be
little
huge.
thing,
You just got to be a bit tough, that's all.
but you also have to be like theater kind of, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, you bet. I did worked in film for a while. I got a bit of experience with that, but I had to pull back out of it because at the school a guy broke his finger, and I have 2 big tours coming up, and I just can't be.
Yes.
You know, I had to pull back and be like, you know, this is the thing. This is one of the other things I really want to do, but
not today.
I'm so much more invested in the band stuff. I can't be breaking fingers before tour, you know.
When did you go to the school, this wrestling school?
I did a couple months of it at the beginning of this year.
Where, in Calgary?
Hey, in Edmonton. There's a really cool
wrestling
school called Top Talent Wrestling. Yeah, they put on big shows and everything too.
I did not know that. See, I'm learning so much of Edmonton's insight.
You should go see a Top Talent Wrestling show. It is such good entertainment. It's awesome.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
No. Okay, so we got skydiving, we got bungee jumping, we got wrestling. What else? There's got to be more.
I guess I like mountain biking. I like
You
mountain biking.
I used to something on mountain biking.
Yeah,
I can. Yes, you're a snow. I would have snowboarding. Yes.
Yeah, I used to snowboard a lot, but I almost killed myself doing that. So yeah.
How did you almost kill yourself?
Doing backflips, landing upside down, and then my spleen exploded.
Well, at least you don't need your spleen. You can live without
No,
it.
no. If you lose your spleen as an adult, it doesn't affect you. If you lose it before you're a fully developed human, you can develop health problems because
Yes.
of it. But fortunately, I was 20 years old when mine blew up, so good to go.
20? What are you, 25?
Now?
Yeah.
Are
Like,
you? You're way
so
too
young. You're
I
so
turned
young.
41 this year.
Oh, you're just a baby. Chris and I are just
Look at
like,
these things.
those are, you need a
I'm
red
not
light.
25.
You need a red light. That'll help your voice. That'll help I'm just kidding. Chris will
Yeah,
try.
red light therapy.
Yes, it's so good for
I
your
hear it.
voice. Yes.
Yeah, I hear it's
Yeah.
really cool.
And and the bonus is that those will go away.
Really, hey?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just
Go
saying.
say hi to Chris.
Yeah, you need. Yes, I asked her to be on today, and if anyone's out there, I met Peter through my business partner Chris. I said, "Do you want to?" I said to her, "Do you want to come on and co-host with me?" She goes, "No, because you'll do all the talking. And that's why I like it." I said, "Okay." She's so funny. I said, "Okay, yeah."
She's
Later.
awesome, man.
She's awesome.
She's got
Okay.
great energy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's trust me, it took her forever to stand up in front of people and talk. Like
Oh yeah.
an introvert. I'm
does
an
pretty good.
extrovert. That's why we work so well together. She's
Yeah.
very much an introvert, but she's getting better. And I love it when she's a bit of an introvert because she calms me down. so
No,
I know. So we have, okay, so you do graphic design and you were going to put your you gave me your website. If everybody was looking for someone to produce beautiful stuff, that's you and your pants.
Sure.
I love your pants, by the way. And we're going to put the date for the Edmonton shows, and maybe do you have a calendar that we can put on here for everybody else if they wanted to see you around the North America?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I would
You can
just
send it
say
to
head to the band's social media. It would be so at Striker Metal. That's on Facebook, that's on Instagram, that's on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, so at Striker Metal. So STRIKER Metal.
Metal.
Yeah, and we always have our tour dates and our plans and stuff get announced there. So if you're looking to see if we're around your city anywhere in North America, we probably will be.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm extra. Should I wear earplugs?
Yeah, you probably should. It's really loud, and so that I would say that is the best way to go to a concert. If you can get the kind of earplugs that let a little bit of the high end filter through, those are a bit better. Yeah, because your regular earplugs they really dull down the high end. But yeah, you should wear ear protection at concerts. Absolutely.
Yeah. That'll do. When you see Chris the next time, make sure you ask her about her Metallica experience this past summer.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
flipping hilarious what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. She's so funny when she talks about it, because then you're like, I bet your face will go, oh my God, you what? So it's kind of a story that shocked the hell out of me, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well,
That'll be fun. I'll put that up to her and tell you. Yeah. So that's why I figured a Striker.
Fun fact about Striker, this is before I joined the band. I think it was 2000. It was a while ago, but opened for Metallica in Edmonton at Rexall Place probably 10 years ago.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that was my kid's first concert 10 years ago.
Oh. Could have been.
Yeah.
They had a contest on the radio where you could submit your band's music, and then Metallica would pick the winner, and you would get to play with them 2 nights in a row at Rexall, and then Striker won. So
fantastic.
It was interesting because I was in a different band at that time who also submitted for the contest, and we lost to Striker.
Damn it! Damn it! I know that. I'm pretty sure that's probably. I'm gonna ask my husband when he gets home, because that Evan's first concert was Metallica.
Cool.
Yeah, with earplugs or a headset. I can't remember what he had on his head.
It's a smart way to do it. Yeah.
Smart when you have a little kid. This has been a fantastic interview. I love it, and I'm excited to see you in action. Can I throw underwear at you?
Sure, if you want.
Underwear.
Not
mine. I'll just go to Walmart.
Oh, perfect. brand new pair.
Granny panties.
Nice. Let's go.
We'll just slingshot them in for you. You can sign and send it back to me if you want.
I'll sign anything.
Probably, but no, I think it'll be fantastic. You're a joy. I can't wait to meet you personally. Because you just
I
live
like
in
one.
Sherwood Park, right? Sherwood Park.
I'm close to Sherwood Park. I'm kind of just on the edge of Edmonton,
Oh,
so
edge
I'm
of
still
Edmonton.
in Edmonton, but I'm in the
Okay.
Capilano area.
Oh,
So,
the Capilano area, close to
you know,
Rexall Place, the old Rexall Place.
yeah, not too far from it, I guess. Yeah, just over the river.
Coming down, yeah. Like that's now. Have you ever played Rexall Place? I might like going.
I have not. When I moved to Edmonton, Rexall was already gone, and
Oh,
they
was
had
it?
started
With
with the
Rogers.
Rogers Place. Yeah,
Yeah, which has great sound in
yeah,
that arena. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Commonwealth too, I guess,
right.
according to Chris with Metallica.
Yeah, I've never played there. That's a pretty big venue. We would
Yeah.
need to sell a few more tickets before we can play there.
Well, you need some good promoter to
Yeah,
do.
we do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been a joy talking to you, and I'm going to put all your information in the bio here too as well. And if you have any questions for Peter, you need him to be your graphic designer, or you need him to translate Japanese to you. I'm just kidding.
Sure. Or you need me to rock your socks off with my band,
Yes, yes. Maybe we should
wear
get the
all those
band
hats.
on here. We can have like the band. We can talk to the whole band. We can
Oh,
do
get the whole band on. I mean, we can ask them. Yeah, sure.
promo before you go Edmonton.
Not a bad idea,
We could do
actually.
that. Yeah, be a great idea. And
Write
then I
that
can
down.
just throw it everywhere and get the whole band on here. We can talk about what's coming up in your tour, and let's do it. Let's do that because it'll be fun. I'll make sure Chris is on this time.
That would be fun, yeah.
Yeah. But it's been a joy talking to you. I love it. And it's nice to meet you finally because I hear lots of good stuff about you. And
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, well, she wouldn't say anything bad. You're too nice.
I don't do anything bad.
No, you don't.
I try to keep my act pretty clean.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me on here. It's awesome. It's good to chat with you. Thanks.
Yeah, and it's just nice to know a story that you can do two things at once.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time management and follow your dreams. That's what you did. And that's
Exactly,
super
yeah.
important for kids to know that you can follow your dreams and be successful. And don't ever squash. Every parent out there, don't ever squash a kid's dreams.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have a wonderful night and we'll talk soon.
You as well. Thanks again.
You're very welcome.
Take care.